Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Um, Now we will pursue with our presentations for today. So we will continue with Mohammad Uzair. Can you start?
When the mic says something, it's
Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm audible to everyone. Please be in chat with me. So it's me, Mohammad Uzair from Pakistan, currently in Saudi Arabia. It's an pleasure for me to meet with youth of Palestine and other countries. So, before starting my presentation on scientific writing, I just want to ensure that I'm not going to just giving only a talk. I want to make this session an interactive and like collaborative. So be with me in the talk, and I will take few minutes of yours, but I hope it will be a interesting session for you and full of knowledge. So I have a first question from all of you, that how confident are you in writing scientific papers? My slides are visible to everyone now. There was a problem, I think. It's not going on slideshow. Sorry for inconvenience. There is some issue in slide share. I'll come back in a minute.
Okay, just for a minute, we are trying to open the presentation from other device. We did the first screen share. Yes. What is that? Sorry for inconvenience. There was some issue in my previous device. I changed it and I saw the votes on how confident are you have been in writing papers and scientific writing. So the majority response was somewhat confident. So yes, and start it happens. So, inshallah, I'll try to give an overview of how scientific writing process and like that. So you can learn something from me. So this is my scientific work. So constantly exploring the world of science and sharing my knowledge through writing and spreading knowledge and inspiring minds. So this is Mohammad Uzair, and today I am here to present my brief skills in front of young biologists on mastering scientific writing to bridge research and practical impact. So, guys, are you ready to understand the art of scientific writing with me? Mm, Be with me in chat, please. Great. So before I start, I want to ensure that all the presented opinions reflect my own views and not any other one is liable to this. This is my uh, disclaimer. So going towards the first slide, what is scientific or mean science communication? Anyone have idea? What is science communication? Looking for your answers in chat. What is science communication for you? Don't hesitate. Please reply. So, science communication is bridging the gap between science and society by connecting them. So, it is a two-way communication, communication of knowledge. There's evidence, great exchanging ideas, great. Yep. So it is a two-way communication that starts from an expert or between experts, and it also occurs between expert to non-expert. So what I want to mean with expert and non-expert, so they have a different audience we have in our world. For experts, I want to mean with the scientists and researchers like you all have with me today. And then experts also include policymakers and industry specialists. And the non-experts covers all the other persons like public and citizens. So there are different ways to communicate and different writing techniques to communicate with every level of audience. But today my main focus is on the experts, and the in experts I will be targeting the scientists and researchers through like writing research papers, review articles, meta-analysis, systematic reviews, and books and book chapters, journals and conference presentation. Everything comes in scientific writing that targets scientists and researchers audience. So why is scientific writing is important? What do you think? Why good scientific writing is important for you?
Assalamu alaikum, Muhammad Uzair. I hope you are fine. Can I tell about this?
Please in chat if you don't mind.
Hello.
For solving problem in society, to share ideas and research with others. So yes, good. So there is a old scientist. He said that to get to know, to discover, to publish. This is the destiny of scientists. So why good in scientific writing is important to science communication? To know, to discover, and to publish the ideas, the results, and anything you have in science. So I gathered few points why is research and writing and publication important. So the first and the basic one is to share knowledge. That is important. Like you have an idea, you did work on it. Now what? It's not have to remain up to with you. You have to share and make the science more accessible to others so they can understand and they can have new ideas from your research, and from your idea or from your knowledge they can address new issues or the previous issues, and your own self can address issues by providing the solutions and bridging the innovations in between science and society. And then to promote transparency and reproducibility, that what are you doing should be transparent and reproducible. Like what I did, I published, the other one can copy and reproduce again the same steps of my research. And for last, to drive collaborations, establish credibility, and for professional growth, these are also an important aspects of good scientific research publications in this world now. So making you and connected with me, I have another question. If scientific writing is a sport, what would it be for you? I have opened a poll. If scientific writing is a sport, what would be it for you? Marathon, it takes forever, sprint, quick and done, tug of war, constant struggle, and chess, strategic and slow. Until now, 50% participants have participated. Please be with me and answer the poll so you can remain connected with me throughout the talk and learn something from me, inshallah. So I get the good number of response now. The major response is on chess, which is the strategic and slow. So the good, some people said that it's marathon, and some said tug of war. So let's come and I'll start the main topic. Like, um, what is scientific communication, and now going towards the scientific writing and what makes your scientific writing good and impactful. So the target novelty, the significance, the quality, the balance, and readership. These are the different aspects that can make your manuscript a very good, or you can say up to a best level. So I will describe each and every one now. So novelty and uniqueness of the manuscript is like an important aspect while writing and publishing your manuscript. The novelty of the manuscript can be highlighted by some, like you can do literature review first. Every work, either it is a research work or review work or what, you have to do literature review for making an idea first. Then you, in this way, you can compare your idea or your work with the previously published works and try to report something different and something new. And you, and for this you have to do critical analysis of your idea and the previous publications. The second one is importance and relevance. Like, in my opinion, the significance of manuscript and the novelty of the manuscript are the two faces of a coin. The importance of the manuscript can be increased by filling the previous research gap, which you can find by literature review, and then providing future perspectives. So the manuscript is of great importance if you, it might be hypothesis generating or describing new methodologies by critical analysis and any sort of mechanism. So in my scientific profile you can see many papers, review papers, which have identified various research gaps and provided future works and proposed hypotheses. So in this way you can make your work more important. And now the one well-known proverb you everyone might know, that quality matters over quantity. So the manuscript or your work can should be quality wise of good level. It can be enhanced by like characterizing well conceived and well reported study. Means it should be critically and deeply answers the research gaps in a valid, reproducible, and specific manner. And moreover, you can improve the quality of the manuscript by careful assessments and statistical analysis and multiple testing again and again to make your results like very good. And this is the last one, audience and article balance. Your article is of great interest if it is targeting the a diverse range of audience, because when you publish your article or your manuscript, it will not only be studied by your fellows or like that. And the readership of your article will be from students to the professors, from not from your own country, the whole world. So you have to focus on your audience first, and then you have to make the balance in your article. Don't be biased in this case, that what you think and you should get the same results, and like you are biased on one side. No, you have to make the balance between the strengths and limitations. So the good way is the SWOT analysis, which includes strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats of your research findings of your research. So in this way, you can make the article very balanced, and that will be a very impactful and important for the science community. So there are some smart goals that will help you in drafting a good manuscript. although they are used for business models, but I suggest incorporating them in your scientific writing, because I think it will help you in significantly improving your manuscript and research results. So you should be smart enough to follow the SMART goals, which are first one is S means specific. Like in my previous slide, I talked about it. So going to the next, which is measurable, like how your work will make a progress in the science. It should be measurable in this aspect. The third one is attainable and achievable. Did your manuscript like have necessary knowledge to meet the expectations of the readers? Yes or no? What readers will achieve from reading your manuscript and like that. And then relevant. Again, I think already mentioned before, your manuscript should be of global relevance with significant or worthy results. Otherwise, it will be not a good manuscript. Time based. And I think an important aspect of publishing your research. For example, there was a COVID time pandemic. Everyone was publishing in COVID-19 papers like that. But now the COVID has ended and the publications are like declined or at an ending stage. So publishing right now on COVID is not of much importance, because we have and other issues of other diseases, other food insecurities and like that. So we have to be time based, we have to make our research time based in this sense. There's another question for you. What do you focus on the most when writing? I opened the poll. Please answer with me this poll. What do you focus most when writing? Clarity and simplicity, complex language, following guidelines, telling the story of research. A good number of responses have been generated. The majority of the responses are clarity and simplicity, with no response on complex language. That's great. And following guidelines also have few responses, but it is an important aspect. And telling the story of research. So it's an important, but in a concise and specific way. I'll discuss in my next section, which is on the anatomy of good manuscript, like how you can write good manuscript, what is the style and what are the sections, and what is there's a word IMR idiom. So the first one are the two things important for writing a manuscript, which is title and abstract. So for the title, which is the you can say face of your research, it attracts the reader in a short way. If our title is good, the reader will open your paper and study it. Otherwise, if your title is like boring or not relevant, not descriptive, so people will not read it. So in title, be concise, precise, and careful. And abstract. Abstract is written at the end of your research after your manuscript is completed, but it is mentioned on the top of the manuscript. And you can say it's also the face of research. Title and abstract are two most important things in your manuscript. So why the abstract is important? It is the first impression, like I have mentioned, and it describes the need of the current study, the significance of the findings of the study, and how it will help the world or the audience who is going to read this paper. So the next thing is introduction, which is the main part and the first part of the manuscript, that I can say goes from very general to very specific, and it provides aims and objectives are included in here. It identifies the research gaps and describes the raised issue in your research question. Literature views, it mostly have a separate section in thesis, mostly, but in research papers it is not as a separate section, but it is an important aspect and sometimes included in the introduction. Why to do a literature review? You have an idea, but you don't know what is done before. What do you know about the like topic, your idea? So you have to investigate the problem first, like establish the understanding first, what you know, what others know, then compare and contrast and evaluate your findings, your idea with the previous work, and then make your research question and aims and objectives. Then after literature review or introduction, you can say, it comes methodology. It is the portion where you describe how you have did your research or review or something like that, and it should be self-descriptive and transparent so that other can copy your methodology for their own interest. And it is an important part if your paper is going to be studied by industry specialists. I have another question, interesting question for you. What's the first thing you do when you have to write a paper? So you become panic. Oh yeah, why I got this paper? I have to know, or something like make a coffee or tea. You think I'll start it tomorrow, or you may start right on that time. I'm getting mixed responses. Few people saying they are panic. No problem, it happens. Some said make coffee or tea, and some said that they thought they will start it tomorrow, and some also said good responses. So coming to my presentation back, the next section is the result section that explains what you find by using your methodologies, and it should be in depth. Like you have employed different methodologies in your research work. Now you have to explain all the results in this section, and it mostly described by the figures and tables and graphs like that. And the important thing is the statistical analysis and results and methodology. So after, I think, the abstract, this one is the most important thing from a research paper or a review paper, any type of paper discussion. Like you did a research, why it's important. It's mentioned in introduction. Now come to discussion. You did a research, you got results. Now you have to compare the your findings with previous findings, and you have to mention that yes, I found this and why these important findings are important now, not the issue or not the problem you are going to answer it. Now you will mention that I did this research, I got these findings, why they are important. This is you can say discussion and conclusion. They sometimes come in same section or sometime in a conclusion as a separate section. So conclusion, I will say that is a concise part, and also the uh, important part that a reader can just read it and find why what this research did. So you have to start with your hypothesis you generated, and then told the audience that is it real, is it's working or not. If it's good, then why, what these are good, what are the findings and why they are important to your audience. So these are the figures and tables. These are the important thing, especially in the results. I said that you have to mention your results in figures and tables, and for review they are also important thing. They are not only for making the results and tables, results and findings. It also makes the article attractive and you can say very targeted specific. If I want to find some result, I will open the table or figure, and these should be original. Do not copy them. And they should be self-explanatory and they have an caption with them. And in tables, you have to present your data, especially statistical data, and do not there's I think advice from my side that do not repeat the results again and again in text. Your table should be of detail, but the your text would be of your specific findings, the important one. And now the references, these are another important issue that people face. They are what are references, how to cite them, how many numbers. So I think when you are doing research, you are getting result of someone, write their citation and in the reference list their details. So it is an ethical. I will explain in detail in a few slides above, but you have to make sure the references must be relevant and new. So this is the whole picture of my previous section, that how to do manuscript writing, scientific writing. You have to do why this study needed to be done, what you did, what you found, and how has this study advanced the specific field. So after my talk or your previous experience, especially, what is the hardest part of your scientific writing for you? You can select more than one answer in it. What is the hardest part of scientific writing for you? Wait, I'm sharing the poll. Please answer in that poll. What is the hardest part of scientific writing for you? Abstract, introduction, aim, objective, literature and review, methodology, results, discussion and conclusion, time management. I got a good number of responses for this. So the majority is about literature review. Yes, it's a problem for some students, and it's the hardest part. And if you did your literature review good and like impactful, you will able to make your aims and objectives of your manuscript or your research, and you can say literature is the basis of your research. So yes, it's the hardest part of writing. So I was saying about the references. You are using some idea, some findings of others in your writing in your paper, but you are not writing their name or you can say acknowledging them. You are not writing the credits for them. So it's means you are stealing their ideas, stealing their words. So this is a plagiarism and it is a crime in science, I would say. How it will not only affects your personal you can say side, but it also affects your institute and your career too. If someone found your paper it is plagiarized, or you can say have wrong references or something like that, it you will lose your credibility from that. It will affect your academia or your professional integrity, and you maybe some publishers also block that authors that we will not publish their papers in our journals, and in worst cases, so you will not able to get a new job or fundings and like that. So this is the most important thing that comes in an ethics. And what uh, is ethics? Ethics is like important in every step of our life. Even Islam and our prophet emphasizes the importance of ethics in our life. So same, ethics is important in scientific writing, scientific work, everywhere. So what you are doing, be honest. Don't be biased to your results. That I have this plant, I'm checking the medicinal activity of that plant. I have to prove that the plants or the extracts of medicine are good. No, you should not be biased. Be honest with your results, and then again proper attribution. That if you are citing writing some work from other paper, attribute them by citing the reference, and in acknowledgement also. If someone helps you, be you can say honest with them, write name in acknowledgement. And if someone contributed to the paper and your research, write their name if required in like they are proof accept completing their authorship responsibility, write their name in authorship. There's a bad practice I'm seeing everywhere, especially on LinkedIn, that there is a authorship position first to first, second, third, and you have to pay some amount of money, we will give you an authorship position. So this is the unethical thing, and it's becoming professional. You can even see on LinkedIn, Facebook, everywhere, authorship positions available. The I think the crime of science. So what's I am again a question, what's your best writing companion? Snacks, music, silence, or pets? When you are writing, what you will prefer? You need snacks, music, silence, or pets? Great. A good number of participants said they want silence in their work. So that yes, you need a environment where you will not be distracted, and you must focus on your work. So here I want to conclude my talk with little, you can say, words of motivation for my audience. So, dear audience, do not work to be recognized by a limited community like your university, your professors, or you want to become a thing in your class. No, work until you are recognized by science itself, not your class or your professor. No, science itself. Your work should be robust, reproducible, and transparent, means ethical, honest, and strive for scientific excellence and let recognition follow you naturally, rather you are striving for fame and money and number of publications. No, be honest and have a try to focus on quality of your manuscript, not the quantity. So in this way you can get true recognition from making like meaningful discoveries, innovations, and even patents, you can say. And contribute your research like you can recognize from an exclusive circle. Don't be on one side biased like that. And it is also crucial for you to seek feedback from the wider scientific audience, to scientific community, you can say, to ensure the accuracy and validity of research. What you found, discuss it with your supervisor, with your other peers, and then submit it to the journal or like that. And remember that chasing the fame and number of publications will be is like a distraction from your target, or distraction from your real goal of advancing knowledge and benefiting society. So not focus only on numbers of publication to become famous in your class and university. No. And so I saw some people doing unethical practices in this way, that I want publication, I want publication. What they do, I mentioned before, they don't do any work, give money, and get authorship. So it is affecting, and it will also affect science, the results and research, and ultimately it's limiting the scientific world. A few days back I saw some news on science, that there's a neurologist. He was working like he's a pioneer in, you can say, works of proteins and Alzheimer's, and he published many papers which are now found false and misconcepted. So on his papers, many further researches have also been done. So means by his unethical practices, the further research is also now not valid. So due to one person, the whole research in Alzheimer's disease is affected now. So you should prioritize scientific process and not don't be biased. Let recognition follow you as a result of meaningful discoveries, and yes, avoid the jealousy, cultivate growth, and collaborate with each other. Be good, be honest. So thank you for your talk, for my listening my talk. If you have anything to ask with me, you can ask in chat now, or you can contact me on my LinkedIn, email, or I have shared my contact number too. I will be very happy to help you. There's a question. Yes, Ghulam Murtaza. So I got a question that is it good practices use of AI in review articles writing, as many people do that. Um, I have a separate lecture on this, full you can say, debate or discussion or lecture on the use of AI in review article writing. So yes, you can use AI, and it's good to use AI, but ethically. Again, I will emphasize on ethics. You should use AI, but ethically. Don't rely on AI. Don't become the slave of AI. Make AI your slave. You can get your work from it, and you can improve your writing. You can improve your findings like that. But don't use AI for writing full manuscripts, writing or extracting fake results like that. It's responsibility of every person, or you can say scientist, researcher, to do work honestly and ethically. So yes, we can use AI. I hope I have answered your question. My pleasure.
Thanks, Mr. Muhammad. Welcome every day. Mr. Ghulam Murtada.